The one thing that makes him regret losing you and helps you heal faster. The addiction you didn't realize you had and the power you didn't know you still hold. Dear heartbroken woman, hey love, if you're here right now, chances are your heart feels like it's in 1,000 pieces. You miss him. You still think about him. And even though part of you wants to move on, there's another part, maybe the louder part, that's wondering, what if he was the right one? What if I'll never feel this way about anyone else? What if I'm making a mistake letting go? And secretly, you might even be wondering how to get him back. Don't feel ashamed of that. It doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. But right now, you're stuck in a place I call the emotional limbo loop, a place where you can't fully move on, and he doesn't fully come back. And that, my love, is the most dangerous place to be. Today, I'm going to show you the path that leads you out of that loop. Whether you want him back or you want your peace back, the journey is the same, and it starts with one thing: no contact. But this isn't about playing games. This isn't about revenge or winning. This is about healing. This is about reclaiming your power. And this is about breaking free from the addiction that's quietly ruining your emotional life. Let's talk about it. Part 1. The hidden addiction that keeps you stuck. Nobody talks about this part of heartbreak. We talk about missing someone. We talk about crying, staying in bed, eating ice cream at 2 a.m. But what we rarely talk about is this: you're addicted to them. And I don't mean that in a poetic, dramatic way. I mean it literally. Your brain has been trained, over weeks, months, or even years, to associate that person with weightation, physical comfort, emotional safety, future dreams. And now that drug is gone. And what you're feeling isn't just sadness, it's withdrawal. Just like someone who's coming off a substance, your brain is screaming, I need a fix, just one text, just one call, just one more night. And what do? You pick up your phone, you check his Instagram stories, you reply to that, hey, just checking in text. You sleep with him again, hoping it means more than it does. But here's the brutal truth. Every time you give in to that addiction, you feel emptier than before. Because you weren't looking for a moment. You were looking for love, for reassurance, for commitment, and he was just looking for comfort. This is how the loop begins. Part 2, the limbo loop, and why it keeps you trapped. Let's paint the picture. He breaks up with you, you cry, you spiral, then one day he texts, hey, you okay? Just thinking about you, miss that smile. You respond and boom, dopamine hit. You feel better for a second. He gets his emotional fix without commitment. You go for coffee, maybe you sleep together again. You feel a flicker of hope, but then silence. He pulls away and you're back at square one, confused, craving, heartbroken again. This is the limbo loop. You never fully move on. He never fully lets go, but neither of you is truly in a relationship. And you, my love, you pay the price. Because while he's comfortable, you're constantly confused. You're giving him, yesterday, your energy, your body, your time, your attention, your hope. But what are you getting in return? Uncertainty, mixed signals, delayed healing, and an ever-deepening addiction. Part 3. Why no contact isn't a game. It's a sacred boundary. Some people will tell you that no contact is a tactic, a trick to make him miss you. But I'm here to tell you the truth. No contact isn't a game. It's your salvation. It's you saying, I refuse to be someone's emotional crutch. I refuse to live in a loop that keeps me small. I refuse to beg for love that isn't freely given. No contact is you reclaiming your time, energy, and emotional clarity. It's detox. It's healing. It's regaining your center. And it's the only thing that raises the stakes for him. Because listen closely. People only fight for what they fear losing. If he can still talk to you, if he can still sleep with you, if he can still feel close to you without committing, why would he change? Why would he grow? Why would he come back in a real way? Part 4. The clean break letter. I encourage every woman I coach to write what I call the clean break letter. It's not a plea, it's not a guilt trip, it's not a hidden attempt to make him chase you. It's a statement of self-respect. Here's a simple version. Hey, I've realized I need time and space to heal and gain clarity. I'm choosing to take some distance to focus on myself. I appreciate the time we shared, but I'm not going to be in contact for a while. I wish you the best as I begin this next chapter. Please don't take this as anger. It's not. It's love for myself. Then you follow through. You silence the phone. You log out of his social media. You don't respond, even when it hurts like hell. Because this isn't about being cold. This is about being clear. Coming up next, Pashina, your silence will speak louder than anything you ever said. How to handle the moments when you want to break the silence. What happens in his mind during no contact? You'll be shocked. TT roadmap for either getting him back or getting yourself back stronger than ever. Part 5. What happens to him during no contact? Let's be honest. One of the biggest fears women have when starting no contact is, what if he doesn't care? What if my silence doesn't bother him at all? What if he just moves on? Let me reassure you with one simple truth. Your absence creates presence. At first, he may not react. He might even seem relieved. That's normal. He's been getting all the emotional benefits without the responsibility. But then, the silence grows. He starts to wonder, why hasn't she called? Why isn't she checking on me? Is she talking to someone else? Doubt creeps in. Curiosity turns into discomfort, and then into fear. Not fear of losing a woman who chases him, but fear of losing a woman who finally realizes her worth. You see, your silence is not emptiness. It's energy. It's mystery. It's power. And it forces him to confront a version of you that he took for granted, a version he never thought he could lose, a version who doesn't wait, doesn't beg, and doesn't settle. That's what no contact does. It raises the stakes. And when the stakes are high, people start to pay attention. Part 6. How to survive the urge to break no contact. Let's not sugarcoat this. No contact is hard, brutal even. There will be nights you stare at your phone, shaking. There will be mornings where your heart feels like it's caving in. There will be dreams where he says the words you've been dying to hear, and waking up feels like death. So how do you survive? Here's the truth. You don't try to numb the pain, you walk through it. Because pain has a purpose. Pain is the fire that burns away your dependence. It's the weight that strengthens your emotional muscles. It's the silence that teaches you to finally listen to yourself. And every time you don't text him, every time you stay strong, you build something stronger than attraction. You build self-respect. So what do you do when the urge comes? Time journal. Write down what you're feeling, honestly and raw. Time outside. Nature calms the nervous system. Time a friend who won't let you spiral. Time journal a 30-minute timer. Promise yourself to wait 30 minutes before making any move. Time look at photos of who you were before him. Remember her. She matters. And if you do relapse, forgive yourself. This isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Part 7. Rebuilding your identity so you never chase again. Let me ask you something, and answer honestly. Who were you before him? Not who you were with him, not who you became trying to keep him, but who were you before he ever entered the picture? Can you remember? What did you love doing? What made you feel powerful? What lit you up from the inside? If you can't remember, that's okay. That's what this chapter is for. Because no contact isn't just about creating space between you and him. It's about closing the space between you and you. Now is the time to take yourself on solo dates, learn a new skill you always said you didn't have time for. Work not for revenge, but for vitality. Alone choose something, write, paint, build, design, lead. And why don't made? Because here's the thing. The woman who chases no one attracts everyone. But more importantly, she no longer needs them to feel whole. This isn't about becoming someone else. It's about returning to the version of you that you abandoned when you thought you had to shrink yourself for love. No more. Part 8. If he comes back, what you need to know. Now let's talk about the part your heart secretly hopes for. What if he comes back? Let me say this loud and clear. The goal of no contact is not to make him chase you. It's to give you the clarity to decide whether he's even worth chasing again. But if he does come back, here's what matters. Commemorate he coming back with changed behavior. commemorating a real commitment, not crumbs, acknowledging the pain he caused without blaming you. Is he willing to work through things with you as partners? If yes, then maybe there's something to explore. But don't be in a rush. Let him show you with time, not words. Let him earn access to your heart again, inch by inch. Because you are not the same woman he walked away from. You've evolved, you've healed, you've grown. So if he wants back in, let him meet the new you, the version who doesn't settle for half love. Part 9. If he doesn't, why that's the best gift. What if he doesn't come back, you may think, then no contact didn't work. But that's not true. Because if he doesn't return, that means exploite ever going to choose you for the long run. You finally broke the cycle of false hope. You created space for someone who actually wants to love you completely. You proved to yourself that you can survive, thrive, and rise on your own. And that, love, is the real win. No contact didn't fail. It protected your future from someone who wasn't meant to be in it. And you? You get to walk away with your dignity intact, your heart healing, and your soul free. Part 10. Final words. You are the prize. Listen to me. You are not just someone's ex. You are not someone to be kept on the back burner. You are not someone to text at 2 a.m. when he's lonely. You are a woman becoming whole again. You are a force, a fire, a miracle in motion. This moment, this heartbreak, is not the end. It's the awakening. You will not chase. You will not beg. You will not settle. You will rise. And when you do, you won't need him to come back. Because you'll have become someone even better than he remembered. Someone he'll never forget. And more importantly, someone you're finally proud to be. If this message touched you, share it with someone who needs it. Leave a comment below. I'm reclaiming my power. And remember, no contact isn't punishment. It's protection. It's peace. It's you. Choosing you.